I don't know if you guys can see me. Can you see me? Feels like, okay, I'm there. All right. Yeah, well, I'm making weird faces, but here I am. So, yeah, if you can type in the comments if you can hear me, that's amazing. I think there are some people that are watching this right now, which is great. I think. Can you see me? Jowin, if you're there, can you tell me that you're alive? Okay, Macy can see me. That's good. Hi, Snower. How are you? Long time no see. Snower, if you want to say hi, of course, you can join the Zoom if you want, but just make sure that you're aware that you'll be on YouTube Live. So if you're there, so sorry about that. It's been a long time since I've gone live. A little bit nervous actually. But if you, so it took me a while to get the stream going, but here we are. Man, it's way too clear. I think you can see all my wrinkles and everything. So that's not good, but that's who I am. Maybe I'll turn a filter on next time. All right. So this live is, yeah, not meant to be so interactive. I'm gonna be just doing a presentation about how to do small talk or how to talk to neighbors, how to have those mini conversations. This is a lesson I did last Tuesday or this Tuesday at the Singapore American School. Went really, really well. So it's just something that I want to share with you guys out there in the YouTube universe and bringing back teachers Mark and Matt and being a little bit more active on YouTube. And if any of you are watching, thank you so much. You guys keep watching the videos and keep subscribing. So that's really, really amazing. So now it's time to reward you and pay you guys back. So thank you so much for just keep watching the videos and hope you guys are learning. And if there's anything you need to learn or anything you want to learn in the future, just yeah, comment on this video or send us a message. Come to United Language Center, obviously, is a good choice if you're here in Singapore. But other than that, just enjoy and it's free and learn, and that's always fun. So here we go. Here we go. I think if you can see my screen, let me just check. Okay, let's exit that. Let's see if we got Zoom and YouTube both okay. Thanks, Snower. Appreciate that. It's difficult to see both of the, well, maybe I just share this actually. Let's just try that. Let's just try that. All right. And Dion, if you're watching, you're welcome to come to room 5. Say hi to the team if you want. It's also okay. This is a safe space, so don't worry about that too much. All right, kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, so you can see kind of a mirrored zoom there. So sorry about that. Let's just go here, share that. See what that looks like. It's not bad, I guess. Could be worse. All right. So I'm just gonna do this. I can't see what you guys are saying or what you're commenting on. So if you do want, so I can see it here, but I can't see it anywhere else. But yeah, so I'm gonna start the slideshow. And if you guys have any questions, just ping me and Macy if you do see them, or Jawin if you see them, or anybody if you're helping, if you're here and you see the comments, that would be great. So Jawin's right there. She's gonna take some photos. Um, yeah, hi Snower. I think that's all we got here. I think there's 8 viewers right now, so that's really cool. So hi, Jawin. All right, so here we go. So again, let me know if you can't see this, but making small talk with neighbors and also how to have an effective English conversation. So I'm from Canada. but I've been living in Singapore for 18 years. And I think sometimes a lot of my students are like afraid to speak to native speakers like me, right? So, of course, I'm an English teacher. So, speaking to me is a little bit easier than speaking to someone in your condo or at your child's school or when you're on holiday and you meet someone from those places. Um, yeah, Dion's here now. Uh, so today, hopefully, I can help you out with you know, having that conversation with those scary native speakers, and hopefully I can take away that fear because we're not so scary. We're pretty nice. So, all right. So just a quick introduction for those of you who don't know me. My name is Matt. I'm Canadian. Of course, my picture is much more handsome than my real self, but that's who wouldn't do that? I've been in Singapore for 18 years, since 2006. So it's a really, really long time. I was checking the weather in my hometown today. It's minus 29 or something. So if you're watching from Winnipeg, yeah, stay inside. Don't go outside. You're crazy if you do that. Of course, I've planned a winter vacation there. Uh, in a couple weeks. So I'm looking forward to being really cold and seeing a bunch of snow. I know my kids are. I'm an English teacher. I'm also the founder of United Language Center here in Singapore. Here is Singapore, by the way. That's Singapore. We can see the beautiful skyline there. That's Dion. He did come to say hi. Yeah, that's Singapore. You see Marina Bay Sands. Really, really cool. I am married with two daughters, so sorry, I am married. I apologize for you guys watching out there. I know Macy's watching too, so she's gonna love that. And my favorite food are pizza and hot pot. So I do love spicy food. And of course, who doesn't like pizza? So that's enough about me. If you guys, this is a good way to introduce yourself, to come up with an introduction that you've practiced many, many times. So when you do meet someone for the first time, you can kind of quickly remember, oh, my name is Snower. I'm from China. I have lived in Singapore for 100 years. I don't know. Snower, you've been here a while, I know. Or yeah, I think you're still here. So you should come back to ULC. All right, so let's move on. So what are we going to learn today? Here are the lesson objectives. We're going to talk about understanding common small talk topics. Okay, we have someone joining the YouTube Live. So remember, if you do join the YouTube Live, you are going to be on YouTube. So hopefully you understand that. I don't know who it is. It's a Korean person. All right, it's not Dion, so that's good. So hello, and G Na. My Korean reading is not very good. But anyway, hello, welcome. If you want to have a conversation, please do that. If not, that's also okay. You can just watch. Totally fine. All right. And next, we're going to talk about just effective conversation tactics. So how to have a conversation. And then this is something that I did in the class, so it's going to be a little bit difficult on YouTube Live. If more people join the Zoom stream, I can put you guys into breakout rooms and you can have a conversation with each other and we can practice that. But also I can just give you some ideas on how to practice this later with your teacher or with one of your friends or something like that. All right, so first thing, again, I can't see the comments, unfortunately. I should have another computer next to me so I can do that. Next time I will set that up. Or Dion can look at the comments for me too. That would be really, really helpful as he leaves the room. But brainstorm some topics. So what do we think? So in your mind, what do you think are some good topics to, yeah, she left. What are some good topics that you think would be good to talk with neighbors or classmates or things like that. So let's move on. Um, so a good one would be kids. So obviously I have kids. Most of my students at ULC, at SAS, at XCL, most of my students are housewives or expat women who are living in Singapore. They have children. Most of their children go to international school. So it's a really common topic that we can talk about. So how old are your kids? Where do they go to school? Do they like the school? Do they like their teacher? What are their hobbies? So we have so many things that we can talk about. And we all love our kids, right? And we all talk about how great they are and how amazing they are. I know my kids are never annoying. They're always super nice and they never annoy me and they're just so amazing. And that is called sarcasm because, yeah, of course, they're super annoying at times, as most kids are. All right, yeah, this is another one, pretty boring, but we can talk about the weather. So we live in Singapore. Yeah, so it's basically hot and hotter, or it's raining or not raining. So right now is the rainy season. It's kind of winter. That's why I'm wearing my winter clothes right now here in Singapore. So yeah, we could just say, oh, it's been so hot recently, or oh, the rain, it's so cold inside but hot outside. So these are a lot of things that we talk about in Singapore, but a lot of people you're going to meet are from different countries, from Spain, from Canada, from Italy, from the USA. So we can talk about it. What's the weather like in your country, right? Oh, you're from Canada. It's really cold, right? Oh, actually, the summers are really nice. So this is a good way that we can, uh, you know, oh, thank you so much. That is wonderful. Yeah, Macy is pretty snower. I agree. She is, she is. All right. So we can talk about the weather. We can also talk about how pretty your wife is, but we'll save that for another video. Hobbies, we can of course talk about hobbies. This is something that small talk really, really important. Local events. So if there's something happening at your condo or if there's something happening at your school, this is a good way to when you meet someone for the first time. Oh, are you going to the event on Tuesday? Are you going to the barbecue party? Are you doing Christmas with your kid? Things like that. All right, vacations. Of course, now is winter vacation here in Singapore, or winter coming up. It's December 13th. A lot of families, a lot of our students are going to be traveling, going outside of Singapore. Um, but this just, of course, everyone's going to be skiing in Japan or going back to China, going back to Korea, going back to different countries. So, of course, talking about that is really, really exciting most of the time. All right, of course, neighborhood. If you're at Singapore American School, you probably live near Woodlands, so you can talk about that. I know like Halloween in Woodlands is really, really amazing. If you go to UWC in the east, you maybe live in Tampines or Paso Robles, or you live in Orchard, you can talk about that, especially for people that are new in your area. This is a really good topic. Of course, books, TV shows, everyone watches TV. Most people watch TV. Everyone reads books. Most people read books. So have you watched anything recently? Have you watched anything good lately? Have you read anything good? Do you have a book you could recommend? There are so many questions we can ask. All right, and then shopping. So if we can also talk about shopping, of course. Uh, Everybody, I think most people like shopping. So yeah, here talks about grocery stores. I don't think many people like grocery shopping, but maybe for clothes or things like that, always good. Lululemon, good Canadian company. You should go there. Dion, no, no, Lulu. All right, it's a bit pricey. All right, so those are some things that we can talk about. There are many, many more things. If you have ideas, you can put those in the comments. So Snower, I think you're watching here. What do you talk about? Small talk. Okay. All right, what shouldn't we talk about? So politics, okay? So of course we can, if we're close with our friends, we can talk about that. Um, but probably something to avoid when you meet somebody for the first time. But this is, recently we just had an election in the US. Everybody knows Trump and Harris. So what do you think about the election results? So this is something that I probably wouldn't ask the first time that I meet someone. Religion. Probably not a good thing to talk about either. Now, I think Singapore is pretty open and it's a really cool place, so you might be a little bit safer talking about religion here. But again, you want to just be a little bit careful, talking about things like that, especially with people that you're meeting for the first time. Money, yeah, this is, I've been here for 18 years in Singapore. Something I was even teasing Dion about the other day, like how much do you pay for rent? I think if you ask this question in Canada uh, or the US, I think yeah, you're not going to get punched, but it won't be welcomed. Generally, we don't want to talk about money. How much was your car? How much is your rent? But in Singapore, it's okay. I know most people in Singapore rent, so it is okay, especially if you're talking to your neighbors, especially foreigners in Singapore. We do rent here. So if you are talking to your neighbors, it is maybe a good idea, but make sure you know them pretty well. Don't be like, "Hi, my name's Matt. How much do you pay for rent?" Probably not a good idea. All right, personal problems. Again, save this for your friends. I have some people in the waiting room here. Okay, we got Dion, we got Yui and L. I don't know who that is. So yeah, again, you guys, yeah, Yui and NL and Dion Tan, Doni, and iPhone 99. Okay, cool. We got some people joining the Zoom. So you guys can listen here. That's fine. Awesome. If you want to join, turn on your camera, ask me some questions. Perfectly okay. Would love to do that. But also you can just listen quietly. Problem. Wow, a lot of people joining now. Okay. All right. Uh, okay, very cool. So yeah, hey, welcome. Tan Dion. Dion. Why? Why? Just put your name, Dion. NL, thank you. Yui, hi, I think I know you. And iPhone Wayne Gretzky, 99. I like that. Unless you bought your phone in 1999, I'm not sure. All right, so let me continue. If you guys do want to talk about these things, please go ahead. And you're welcome, more than welcome to turn on your microphone, more than welcome to turn on your camera and say hi. But you are on YouTube, so don't be shy. Health issues, again, with your close friends, fine. With people you first met, maybe not a good idea. Hey, my name's Matt, I'm sick. Like maybe we don't want to talk about that. Um, Complaints. So again, first time you meet someone. So if you're with your friends, if you're with your family, fine. No issues. Talk about complaint. You can complain all the time. Everybody loves complaining, but maybe with the first time you meet someone, not a good idea. Okay, and last one is, yeah, conflict. So maybe there was a fight or something like that. So gossip, generally, first time you meet someone, probably not a good idea. But I know just in the comments, we just got people talking about how pretty everybody is, which is great. Hi, ni hao, ni xie xie. Your camera's on, by the way. If you can leave it on, no problem. I can't read your name. I see Xiao Shima something. But my Chinese is not so good. Okay, nice. So that's kind of
I'm
some.
Xiaoqing.
Oh, hi, Xiaoqing.
Yes.
You're not wearing glasses, so I can't. I didn't know it was you. Usually you're sitting right there, but today you're on. You can turn your camera off if you want. You can be on because we are on YouTube. So the good news is only like 3 people are watching this, so it's
Ah,
okay.
mm.
Yeah, so it's okay. So if you have any questions, please ask Xiaoqing. It's good to see you. All right, we got lots of people coming in here. This is cool. This is fun. All right. I don't know how many people are watching. I can't see that, but I can see the comments. So if you do want to comment or you want to say hi, please do that. If you are new to the YouTube channel, please just say, of course, hello, and then obviously subscribe and like this video and share it with all your friends. I'm just gonna mute you, Xiaoqing, sorry. So when you want to talk, just say something and then I just muted you there for now. All right, so here's a list of small talk topics. That's hard to say. So here are some conversation starters. So just if you want, just take a screenshot. Um, just take a screenshot of this if you want. No problem. So these are just things that we can talk about. So everyday life, family and kids, shared interests, or community and social events. Um, so just, yeah, I guess my Zoom thing might be in the way here, so I'll move that. But yeah, just here's a bunch of questions that you can ask. So if your English is not so good, if you're a lower level, beginner, elementary, you can try to memorize these questions. So like hobbies or leisure activities. Do you like cooking? Do you like baking? What's your favorite recipe? We can talk about restaurants and food and what's your favorite cuisine? What's your favorite food? Do you have a favorite restaurant? So many different things that we can talk about. And this is generally, again, like I said, for the first time that we meet somebody. So the first time that we meet somebody. So yeah, you can take a screenshot. Another thing I can do is I'll put all these slides. Hi, Annie. Hello. I'll put all these slides into the comments and you guys can download them and have a look as well. So you can have a reminder, or you can just watch this video 300, 400 times. Should be ready to go. All right. Hi, Annie. All right. Next, moving on. All right. So now it's kind of a reading, which is what we did in class, but this is just today's more of a lecture because I'm just talking and nobody's asking me any questions, which is fine. Again, the comments are just talking about how pretty each other are, which is great. Um, yeah, so we're gonna talk about the art of conversation. So I know we just talked about small talk, right? We just talked about a small talk topic list. I did it. But the first tip that I'm going to give you, if you are talking to someone, if you are having a conversation, especially with a native speaker, with your kid's teacher, we actually don't stick with small talk. Don't stick to small talk. It's good to start with small talk, but then quickly we're going to try to get into more deeper conversations. We're going to try and talk a little bit more and get to know that person a little bit better, right? So we're going to start with things like the weather or the food or your kids or the school or some event. No issues. We're gonna do that, but um, it's time after a little bit, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, it's okay to move on to more interesting topics. Or if someone says, "Oh, I'm a chef," okay, oh, really cool. Now we can start talking about his job. We can start taking interest in what they do and how they do those things. So this is like a really good tip for a lot of English speakers, English students, right? Because they think, "Oh my God, my English has to be perfect. I have to be able to speak." But it's not true. The best thing is just learn how to ask questions. If you want to be a good conversationalist, if you want to be a good, good, interesting person at parties, really, really important to learn how to ask questions and then listen. So we're going to talk about that in a bit, but really, really important that we talk and we ask questions and we listen. So actually, it's really, really funny, but the person who listens the most is the one who's actually going to get the most. Wow, that person's really interesting, even though I didn't say anything. The people who talk and talk and talk, you know who you are, never stop talking. I think a better idea would be to ask questions and listen. I think that's going to be a really, really valuable add to becoming an English speaker and to becoming a better English student when we're asking a lot of questions and we listen. We ask questions and we listen. Matthew, all right, another Matthew. I like that. Another Matthew's joining. All right, and then yeah, like I said, don't stay on small talk for too long. So how long can you talk about the weather, especially in Singapore? Yeah, it's hot. Yep, it's hot. Yeah, 29 degrees. Yep, 29 degrees. It's going to get boring really, really quickly. So don't do that. It's time to move on. Let's try to talk into something deeper. All right. So for you guys in the Zoom, if you guys do have a question, you can, yeah, just turn on your microphone and say, "Hey, Matt, shut up for a second. Can I ask a question?" And if not, you can wait till the end too. I have a little bit near the end that we can do as well. All right. So, like I just said, ask questions. Really, really important. We want to ask as many questions as possible. Ask, don't tell. So, hey, the weather, or hey, I find out that this person is a chef. I find out that this person works at a bank. I find out that this person has 3 kids. Oh my God, 3 kids. That's crazy. How did you do that? That's really not so easy. Um, but we want to ask more questions. How many kids? How old are they? Where do they go to school? I want to take interest in them. I want to talk to them. Shansapayana. All right, that's an interesting name. Welcome to the Zoom. Again, if you want to ask a question, please go ahead. So don't stick with small talk. A lot of people joining. Art of conversation. Number 2, ask, don't tell. Focus on asking open-ended questions. So what's an open-ended question? Good question. We don't want yes, no questions. We want questions that have WH. So who, what, where, when, why, how. So where do you come from? Instead of are you Chinese? Yes or no, it's where do you come from? Where are you from in China? Oh, I'm from Fujian. Where is that? How long have you been here? What are you doing here? How old are your kids? There's so many things that we can ask. All right, and then yeah, ask. All of these are the same. So ask other people to share as much about themselves as possible. You don't have to speak. I know a lot of my students are afraid to speak a lot, right? They're shy. They don't want to make a mistake. So again, ask other people. Yeah, where are you from? What do you do? How old are you? But maybe not how old are you, but things that we're going to talk about that, just ask as many questions as possible is really, really important. All right, cool. Okay, moving on. Number three, ask power questions. So it's kind of a cheesy word for it, but power question is just a short question like, why is that? Or how come? Or what do you mean? Or why? Or how? Or when, right? It can just be one word, but I'm asking, hey, I'm going to Japan. When? For how long? Right? Why is that? Where are you going? What are you going to do? I can ask really short questions that, again, if they're an open question using a WH, who, what, where, when, why, how many, how often, I'm going to get a lot more answers than asking a yes, no question, right? So tell me more. That's a really good one. Tell me more, right? Here we go. How, what, when, who, where is that? Why is that? What are you doing? Where are you going? All those different questions we can ask. Really, really powerful because it gets the person to speak more. Okay. All right, yeah, and then of course, important, show interest, right? If you're like on your phone, like, on your iPad, just like, yeah, so where are you from? Right? That's not that's not very nice. We want to make sure that we're showing interest and keeping the conversation, making eye contact, looking at the person is also really, really important. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Listen with your whole body. So this is called active listening. So I know my students, if you're here, for me, we have three A's. So AAA, which is students, what is it? Yeah. Answer, add, ask. Okay. Answer, add, ask. So this is really, really important. If someone does ask you a question, you answer it, you add to it, and then you ask them another question. So, hey, where are you from? I'm from Canada. I'm adding something. Actually, I'm from Winnipeg. It's actually really famous for being cold. How about you? And then I like to add a fourth A, which is to actively listen, which is this one here, number four. So I want to make sure that I'm making eye contact. I'm using my body language to show that I'm listening. I'm nodding. Wow, that's interesting. I'm smiling. I'm doing something like that, right? So it's really, really important to do that. That's how I treat my students. If my students say something and I'm like looking away or looking outside, that's not good. I want to look at them and ask them a question and take an interest in their life and what they're doing, right? So use your body to show that you're listening as well. So this might just be a little bit different from where you're from. You might be from China, you might be from Korea, you might be from India or Pakistan or anywhere in the world, right? So, if I have one Brazilian student, I won't say her name, but she likes to talk with her hands. She's like this, she's like all over the place. So everybody's different. So if you are talking to someone, make sure you're showing that you're listening and talking to them. So yeah, don't look bored, obviously. Don't check your phone. All those things, not good. And then yeah, sometimes you know what? Conversation just doesn't go well. So it's okay. Just be like, hey, thank you so much. It's we have to know the other person is not interested in this conversation, or maybe I'm not interested in this conversation. That's okay. There's no problem with that. So just try to politely end the conversation. Be like, hey, you know what? Thanks. It was nice chatting with you. I'll see you next time. Something like that. It's okay. And then you walk away and go talk to somebody else and try this again, right? Hey, thank you for a lovely conversation. Oh, I just see my friend over there. I'm gonna go say hi, right? So these are all just ways. It's okay. You can give up, no problem. All right. And like I said, it's okay to move on. All right. So this is something that we did in class, but this is something that a lot of my students ask me like, Matt, how can I learn English? How can I take English and bring it outside of the classroom? Um, something like this actually. So walk around and talk to someone that you know. So next time you're picking up your kids, a lot of you, I know it's still early, but a lot of you will be picking up your children, right? At around 3 o'clock today. It's okay. Like walk up to someone and be like, hey, it's really hot outside, or hey, what's your name? Or where are you from? And try and use these tactics. Try and use some of those questions that I showed you before. Um, it's really the only, like in class is fine. Watching a video is fine. But a lot of those are called input skills. Okay, that's going to be my next Friday YouTube live. How do we learn English effectively? But Input skills are really, really important. So that means English is going into your brain. Reading, listening, watching this video, right? These are called input skills. But most of my students want to improve their output skills. So this is speaking and writing, right? So most people don't like writing, and we have like ChatGPT for that. But if we want to improve our speaking, all my students ask me, how can I do that? Well, the best way is to use English, right? So go out and try and use English. So this is something that I would do in my class. I would get my students to walk around and talk to each other, have a list of questions, the questions that were on the slide previously, and just force them to talk and put them in that situation where they're having those conversations. So if you want to take your English to the next level, you have to do that. It's just the only way. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to leave your house, leave your native speaker bubble. If you're from Korea and all your friends are Korean, that's awesome, great. But your English is not going to improve. So it's try to find an English speaking friend. And if you're single, an English speaking boyfriend or girlfriend, also good. And that's a really, really helpful way to learn English. All right. So another way that we could do this, right, is with your friend. So this is something. Oh, is there an advertisement on YouTube right now? I see that. That's pretty cool. Skip that. All right, so maybe I'm still here. I don't know. I saw an advertisement pop up. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so these are also things that you can practice at home by yourself. So again, this is going to be in my next Friday lesson. But I know it sounds crazy, but talking to yourself is another really, really good way to learn English, right? So, hey, Matt, how are you? Hey, I'm really good. How are you? Hey, where are you from? I'm from Canada. You can do that. I know it sounds crazy. I'm talking to myself right now. It's been 32 minutes. I know I'm talking to you, but yeah, basically I've been talking to, yeah, Dion says agreed about the girlfriend boyfriend part. Yeah, Dion, thanks, man. I know that you go through phases in the languages that you're learning. I think right now you're learning Japanese. I don't know why you chose Japanese right now, but that's interesting. But yeah, Dion agrees with finding a girlfriend uh, uh, to learn another language. It is a good idea. But yeah, for some reason he's learning Japanese. I don't know why. But yeah, try this today. Meet a neighbor at the playground, talking to another parent at a birthday party this weekend, introducing yourself to a new neighbor at the condo, chatting while you're waiting for your kids at school. So you can do this role play in real time. So to do this, I know it's scary and it's not easy, but you can do this in real time. If you're at a cafe right now or wherever you're watching this video, I know it's scary, but just go talk to someone. If you want your English to improve, go talk to someone. All right. So that's pretty much it for the video. I think that after watching this and after being a part of this, you can understand some common small talk. That's really hard to say. Small talk topics, and things what we don't talk about. So politics, religion, money, but we can also talk about kids, family, school, travel, weather, all those fun things to start a conversation. Effective conversation tactics. So we did learn about small talk, but it's important not to stick to small talk. Try and get a little bit deeper, ask those open-ended questions, try and take more interest in that person's life. It's going to be really, really helpful. And I promise you, as a non-native speaker, asking questions is a really, really good way to show that your English is really good. So ask as many questions as possible, and then just make sure you listen. It's really, really important. And like I said, practice small talk in real life scenarios. So later today, this weekend, I know everyone's going on holiday, everyone's going away in the next couple weeks. Take this opportunity to not stop learning English. It's really, really important that we do a little bit every single day. So practice small talk in real life scenarios. Practice talking to people in real life scenarios. Go talk to people that you're around you right now. Scary, I know, but just try. All right. And then, yeah, my question is, if you want to put this in the comments, what did you learn today? So you think that you can use today? You think you can use next week. I know on Tuesday I taught this, and one of my students was like, Matt, I didn't know I could end a conversation. I didn't know that I could be like, okay, thanks. It was nice meeting you. Bye. Right? Like she thought that she had to like keep talking and keep asking questions. And it was like, it got more and more awkward, more and more uncomfortable. We don't want that. So that's what she learned. What did you learn? You can type that down in the comments. Or if you're still here on the Zoom, I see there's like 5 or 6 people here on the Zoom. If you're still here on the Zoom, just you can chime in. You can, again, you will be on YouTube. But yeah, you can chime in and say hello, or you can type in the comments as well on Zoom, which I cannot see. Not right now anyway. Maybe I can chat. Okay, nobody's chatting, but that's fine. So if you do have any comments or questions, maybe I'll leave it open for another minute or two. Yeah, otherwise, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you guys so much. I love you too, Dion. Thank you. You're only saying that because we drink together, but it's fine. Yeah, maybe Dion and I are going to do a video later today if we have time. I'll do a little interview with him and get you guys to learn and know and meet Dion. How awesome he's an awesome teacher, one of our best teachers, and probably the best drinker on the team as well. So I'm going to close the slides. But if you guys do have any questions, I know a bunch of people are here on the on the YouTube screen. Xiaoqing, thank you so much for joining. Hi, Annie, Dion, NL. And then another Chinese person. Sorry, my Chinese is not so good, but I can try to read that. Immersive. I don't know what that means, but someone else is speaking. So yeah. All right. So thank you so much. That's YouTube Live. We're back. Super exciting to do that. And I'm going to try to do this at least once a week for the next 400 years or so. So that's about what's 400 times 52? It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. So 20,000 videos or something. So let's try and hit that 20,000 video mark in the next 400 years. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. One more time, if you do like this, if this is something that's interesting for you, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share this video with other people, and just stay tuned. We're going to provide a lot more online, a lot more videos. You know, teachers Mark and Matt are back, but we're also going to bring in other teachers as well. You guys are bored. It's only the two of us every time. So yeah, nobody wants to see that. So we'll bring in some other teachers that will introduce, and we'll start to make some other amazing videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.